Okay, so I'm Stephen, and I'm the game director on Project Cars on the franchise. We are now, this is number 2, of course. We're very proud of what we've accomplished with number 1, and we're very excited to show you guys number 2, and this is why we're here. We're out here by a beautiful location here in Sweden, where we have yesterday had great fun out on the ice track. And it's wonderful for us to have you guys out here and actually experience the real thing, because we're at a phase now with the project where, especially like with the ice racing, where we've developed it very far and we're iterating on the final tweaks and tunes of how it should feel and behave. And we always value input from everybody who actually gets to try the game and has experience, especially with something like this. Very few people get to actually experience it for real. And it's invaluable feedback for us to hear from you guys as well, and get you some hands-on time, and you can try the game and give us your feedback, and we can take that back to the team and do work with it. Yeah, Shift was an interesting title for us to do because it was obviously, it's somebody else's franchise. It's a Need for Speed game, and it does take away quite a bit of control from us as a developer, and especially for us who were more focused on more intense, authentic simulations, which Need for Speed never has been and don't really have the intention to be. The intention, of course, with Shift was to bring some of that authenticity to the more casual gamer, and it was a very difficult thing for us to nail because of the requirement from the IP owner, EA. So it was a big challenge, and we were never quite satisfied with doing that sort of thing. We think we did a good job of it, but it's not where our expertise is really in, authentic, true to real life racing simulation experiences. But we did develop some great tech during that time. It was a good trial by fire for us to make our tech more approachable, because obviously, it's easy to get lost in your focused area of this is how an authentic racing simulator is, and if you can't handle it, then too bad. But making that technology accessible to a much larger audience is a completely different challenge, and something that we had to take on. Otherwise, it would have been an epic fail. So it was a good trial by fire for us, and we learned a lot. We learned a heck of a lot developing those titles, and a lot of the experience that we've learned from that in making the technology accessible is stuff that we can apply now. And we've been working at that with Project Cars 1 and with Project Cars 2 now. Obviously, we're doing dramatic improvements again. I don't know if you've had a chance yet to try the gamepad controls, but if you compare it back to back with what we've done previously, it's certainly dramatically better. The car is far more approachable and handleable, and the whole game is more approachable because of that. Making it more accessible to most of the people out there. And that's just one example of many things that we keep on iterating on and improving as we move with our technology. And as you say, all the way back from GTR. So things that we've learned back there, we're still iterating on and improving even today with Project Cars 2. Well, it's still crowdfunding. With Project Cars 1, we had, it was a much easier and it was very easy for just about anybody to get into it. The advantage of that was we had a lot of people sign up. The disadvantage was that not a big percentage of those people actually contributed ongoingly to the development. Many of them were just playing the game and never actually giving us any feedback and telling us, what their thoughts were and how we can improve, which is really what we wanted. I mean, that's why we got the people involved. So with Project Cars 2, the way that we approached the whole crowdfunding thing was so that it effectively means that the people who do sign up are people who are committed to it. They're much more into it. So by far the largest percentage of the people who's actually signed up this time around are actually contributing. They're constantly hands-on playing the game, giving us feedback and so forth. And also because they're more committed to the cause of the game and the project, we have less of an issue with content leaking that we don't really want to have out there. Of course it still happens, but far less than it did with the first time around, because less commitment to the cause, then people just don't care and they just spread the news out there. So it does seem to create the impression that we're more closed up and secret than what we were in the first one, that we have a different approach. Not really, it's the same. It's purely just the mentality of the people who are signed up and involved with our community. So the whole approach to how we're funding the game is different, but Yeah, we do have a publisher, of course, and they're a really good team. We've really enjoyed working with them, and they leave it completely up to us, the creative freedom. We make the game that we feel, because that's our area of expertise. We make the game how we feel and know it should be, based on all the feedback, of course, and the input that we get from our community and our professional race drivers, and also from Bandai Namco. Because also they're very passionate about the project, the people that we work with there, and some of them are huge racing game fans. So they also give us feedback and all that, but never enforce anything on us. So it's a great relationship. They're a really good bunch of people.